Hi everyone, I'm Noko. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen. Today's secret is intended to give your back a break. It's going to be a bit slower pace so that you can settle into each position and take the time to transition from one posture to the next. I'm going to do something a little bit different. For your forward folds and your down facing dogs, I'm going to ask you to keep your knees bent, deep bent the whole time, and see after the sequence how it feels. If it makes a big difference to your back, maybe you should start incorporating this technique into your regular yoga practice. Today we're going to be using a block. If you usually use a block, then you probably need one today, and at least one blanket. Pretty long blanket. I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the blanket. We're going to do this at the end of the flow, but I want to show you right away. So here I have my blankets folded in two. I'm going to fold it again in two. And here I fold a third in, the other third in. And what I want to do is basically fold the bottom and the top, and my tailbone is going to sit right here. So this basically follows the natural arch of the back and the natural arch of the spine, and we want to test it out. So I sit just in front of the blanket, and as I lay my back on the blanket, I also want the other arch to be supported. And you should feel comfortable. So depending on the size of your blanket, if it's too big, you may have your arch too low. If it's too small, it might not work either. Okay, and we're going to also use this blanket during our flow. Okay, let's get started into our Shavasana, or corpse pose, and focusing on the breath, taking deeper breaths in and out. And as you inhale and bring air into your lungs, allow your lower abdomen to expand. And as you exhale, you want to contract your ribs, press your ribs in together, belly in towards the spine. Inhaling, expanding the lower abdomen. And exhaling, pressing the ribs in and down and belly down to the spine. Two more. Last one. Slowly opening the eyes. So watch this one first maybe. You're going to place your feet on the outside edges of your mat. You're going to extend the arms up, or any position that's comfortable. If this is not comfortable on your shoulders, you can always open your arms sideways. I'm going to start by crossing my left ankle over right. And you notice as I'm doing this, my left hip is lifting off the ground. So what I want to do is pressing it back down. And now I'm going to make a C shape with my shoulders by scooping my shoulders sideways towards my feet. So let's get started together again. One foot on each side of the mat, on the outside edges of the mat. Arms extended either sideways or up. Lifting the left leg, crossing the left ankle over right. Both feet are on the outside of your mat. And from here, we press the left hip down. And then slowly scoop the shoulders to the right, making a C shape with your body. And you want both shoulders on the floor. So if you have to extend your arms here, that's fine. Head facing straight up. Deep breath in and out. Breathing in and out. Few more breaths like this, trying to relax into the position. With our next exhale, slowly bring the shoulders back to center. And both feet on the outside edges of the mat again. We're going to work on the other side. Extending the arms sideways or up. Lifting the right leg, crossing the right ankle over left, making sure that both feet are still on the outside of the mat, and pressing the right hip back down into the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling, pressing the right hip deeper. Next, exhale, scooping the shoulders towards the left side this time. Both shoulders are pressing into the floor. So again, if it's more comfortable to bend your elbows, to extend your arms sideways, you can do so. Closing the eyes. Deepening the breath. Breathing in slowly. And breathing out. And breathing in. And out. One more. Keep pressing your ribs down. Inhaling. As we exhale, slowly bring the shoulders back to center. Feet back to center, bending the knees and pulling the knees to the chest, rocking side to side. Okay, this way you may need either your block, actually your block and your blanket. If you have two blankets, that works as well. So from here, we're going to extend our arms sideways, palms pressing down. We want to glue our shoulders into the ground and slowly dropping the knees towards the right shoulder. And your knees may not go all the way, maybe they remain right here. As soon as you notice the left shoulder is lifting off the floor, you want to hold, keep the movement here. And you can place your blanket under your knees. You can even place, if you notice your knees remain apart, place a block in between. Or maybe your knees go all the way down to the ground. So the key is to keep your shoulders facing up. This position should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, maybe you just want to remain straight up here, feet outside the mat, knees glued together. That's another option if the side twist is not feeling good to you. Inhaling, exhaling. Next inhale, bring the left arm up. We're going to use the left hand. We're going to scoop under the right ribs and we want to bring those ribs up. So we bring the chest further up facing the ceiling. Inhaling. As we exhale, we want to feel the left ribs pressing down into the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling, feeling the back of the left ribs pressing into the mat. If you want to go a little bit deeper, on your next exhale, you can tilt your chin to the left. And settle into the position, 2 more breaths. Inhaling, coming slowly back to center. Knees to chest again, rocking side to side. As you rock side to side, keep the focus on your low back and feel your low back rolling on your mat. Moving to the other side. Start by bringing our props to the other side. I can already place my blanket down, elbows pressing down, inhaling. And as we exhale, moving slowly, Notice where your shoulder lifts off, trying to press it down. And maybe your knees are not reaching all the way down. Maybe you even need a block here. Inhaling. Exhaling, relaxing into the position. Inhaling, right arm up. We're going to grab the lower ribs with the right hand and try to lift them, twist them up facing the ceiling. Pressing the back of your right ribs deeper into the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling. Again, inhaling. Exhaling, pressing the ribs down. One more, inhaling. Exhaling, belly in, ribs down to the spine. And inhaling, head back to center, releasing everything, knees to the center, rocking side to side. Preparing for a bridge, bring my heels close to my hips. Hands on the belly. And I'm going to start by tucking my tailbone under. Inhaling. Exhaling, tucking the tailbone under. Hold it there. Inhaling. Exhaling, keep the tailbone lifted. Next, inhale, slowly coming halfway up. As we exhale, we roll each vertebrae at a time, starting from the upper back and down one vertebrae at a time. And inhaling, starting by tucking the tailbone under, lifting the lower back, mid-back. And exhaling, starting from here, one vertebrae at a time, rolling back down. And two more. Tailbone, low back, mid-back. This time let's try to press the heels down and feel your knees reaching towards your toes. And vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling back down. Let's do one more. And vertebrae by vertebrae. Knees in, rocking side to side. And let's roll all the way to one side and face down on the mat. Okay, into our Sphinx. Let's open the feet a little bit. Probably touching the edge of the mat. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And shoulders pressing away from the ears. You want to avoid sinking into your shoulders. So pressing down and opening the chest. And I don't have a lot of mobility in my spine, but for some of you, you may have your chest pushing even further forward. Eyes closed, just relaxing the lower body. Inhaling, feel your belly expanding. Exhaling, ribs in, belly up to the spine. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Let's lower the shoulders, feet together. And from here, just getting into tabletop. Cat and cow. Take your deep breath in. As we exhale, tailbone tucks under, chin does the same thing. So try to reach tailbone towards chin, chin towards the sternum. Stretching the back, focus is on your back. Feel the stretch all the way to the neck and lower back. And inhaling, we release everything. Tailbone slightly reaching up to the ceiling. Chest moving forward, slightly lifting the chin. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. A little bit deeper. Inhaling, cow. Last one. Let's go back to neutral position. I'm going to show you another cat stretch. And it should feel good on your back. If it doesn't, just get into your child pose. So your child pose, big toes together, pressing down. This would be your modification. Otherwise, we're still onto tabletop. We're going to keep the hips stacked over the knees, and we're going to walk the hands forward. You can start by bending the elbows at first, releasing the tailbone, and then forehead down. And then we can even press the chest towards the floor. And slowly releasing, walking the hands back. And cat stretch one more time. On our knees. Again, this one should not create any discomfort into your knees. If it does, just hold it right there. So from here, what I want to do is stretch my ankle by lifting my knees up. So you have to engage a bit of your core, and maybe your knees are just moving here and you may feel the stretch in your ankles, or if you can go all the way up, that's fine too. A few more times. Good. Stack the toes under. This can be uncomfortable, so if it's too uncomfortable, just release. You can sit onto your heels, onto a block with the blanket. Okay, you should be comfortable. So toes stacked under, if you can. Extending the arms to the side. Gonna bring the back of the hands against the spine, and with the left hand grabbing the middle of the arm. Now if you notice that your arm is reaching the shoulder, use your strap, yoga strap. Okay, I don't have it with me, so I'm using this instead to hold. And here my elbow is moving back and my arm is pulling forward. So it's two different strengths pulling in two opposite directions. Inhaling, exhaling, tilting shoulder to the ear. And slowly releasing. If your toes are bothering you, just release, tap your feet. Other side, same thing, extending the arm, palm facing back. Back of the hands against the spine, using your opposite hand, grabbing halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. And pulling the elbow back, hand is pulling forward. Inhaling, exhaling, stretch. So this helps really release tension in the shoulders, and when your shoulders are relaxed, your back can relax as well. Slowly releasing. And tap your feet down. Good. Okay, getting into our down facing dog. Remember, we're going to keep a deep bend in our knees, tucking the toes under, deep bend. And because we're bending the knees so much, we try to bring the chest closer to the thighs. Tailbone reaching up, hold it there. Inhaling, exhaling. Again. And inhaling, plank or modified plank. Staff pose all the way down. Inhaling, cobra. Remember your cobra, the top of the feet are pressing down. Thigh muscles are engaged, so your kneecaps may lift off the floor, and opening the heart. And again, down facing dog, knees bent, chest pushing back. Inhaling, plank. or modified plank, staff pose, all the way down. Inhaling cobra, exhaling down facing dog. Pushing the tailbone up. Inhaling plank, option to get into your modified plank. Staff pose, all the way down. Inhaling cobra, option to go a bit higher. Exhaling down facing dog. Knees soft. Hold it there. And knees on the mat. Gonna place our left foot between our hands. If your mat is not protecting your knee, if you need more padding, you can place your blanket, or you can double fold your mat. So here, inhaling, coming up, exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, exhaling, twist. For your twist, you want to keep your hands to heart center. The tendency is to bring the arms here because it gives the illusion that we're going a little bit further out to the twist, but your twist is not changing. Inhaling, trying to lengthen the spine, exhaling, twist. Inhaling, center. And right hand down, opening the left arm up, twist. From here, both hands down, I'm going to go into a modified side plank. So what I'm going to do, bring both knees together, slide my right foot out, left foot here flat on the mat, my hands on my tailbone, against my tailbone, making sure the hand is directly underneath the shoulder. And with my back hand, I'm going to press my tailbone forward. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, reaching the arm up, and then just above the ear with the palm pressing down. Hold it there. Deep breath again, engaging the belly, the ribs. Next, exhale, hands together. Cat stretch. Inhaling cow. Exhaling down facing dog. Knees soft, deep bend actually in your knees. Inhaling plank or modified plank. Staff pose all the way down. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down facing dog. Knees soft. And inhaling plank or modified plank. Staff pose. Hold all the way down. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down facing dog. Hold. Tailbone lifting up. Shoulders moving away from the floor. Chest towards the thighs. And knees to the mat. Let's work on the other side, placing the right foot between the hands. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, twist. Remember to keep your hands centered, so you may not twist as much. I really want to twist from the waist up. Every time we inhale, we lengthen the spine. Exhale, we twist a little bit deeper. Inhaling, center. And left arm up, left arm down next to your foot. You can also place your hand on a block and right arm lifted up. Same thing here, it's not the arm moving back, it's really your heart reaching up to the sky. Both hands together. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling child. Now try maybe one time to place your blanket or your block under your forehead. See if it's more comfortable. Reconnecting with the breath. Lifting the elbows, inhaling up, tucking the toes under, preparing for down facing dog, knees bent. And inhaling plank. Pulling the left knee between the elbows using our core muscle, our abdominals. See if we can bring this knee a bit further forward. And exhaling down facing dog. Inhaling plank, left knee on the outside of the elbow. Exhaling down facing dog. Inhaling plank, left knee behind the right elbow. Try to lift your left foot up and down facing dog. And inhaling plank, or modified plank staff pose. All the way down. This time I'm going to hold it right here into a sphinx. Bring the shoulders down, hands next to the chest, tucking the toes under, down facing dog, knees soft. Swap the hands back to our forward fold, keeping the knees bent. Hands can be on your block or on the floor. Chest as close to the thighs as possible. Hold it right there. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, chair. Into forward fold. Again, inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling down. Inhaling, opening the heart, keeping the knees bent. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling, coming up. From here, we want to press the belly in, ribs in to support the spine. Glute tight. Inhaling, and right arm down, reaching down the right arm, lengthening the spine. Hold it there, keeping the belly in. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair, into a forward fold, knees bent. Inhaling, chest lifted. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling up, belly in, left arm down. Lengthening the spine. Stretch. And as you hold here, see if you can open your heart a little bit more to the sky. Left shoulder to the sky or to the ceiling. And inhaling up, exhaling, chair, into a forward fold. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, chair. Hold. And inhaling up. Belly in. Exhaling down. Keep going down the whole exhale. And inhaling up. Exhaling, chair. Into a forward fold. Chest to thighs. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling down. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling up. Belly in. Exhaling. Use the entire exhale to slide your arm down. Bring your left shoulder slightly forward. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair, into a forward fold. Walking the hands forward into a down facing dog so we can lift the knee, the heels. Keep pressing the chest back. And knees down. Let's get onto our back. We're going to keep working on our core strength because that's what supports our spine. We're going to have different options. So remembering your spine, you have a low back arch and an arch in the neck. Whenever we do core strength, we want to maintain the same arch. Let's get onto our back. And close your eyes. Take a mental picture of your spine sideways. Notice the arch in the lower back and your neck. You're going to want to maintain those arches exactly as much as possible when you do your core strength. Let's open the eyes. Maintaining the same arch in your lower back, press your belly in, ribs in, without flattening your lower back. Maintain the neutral arch. From here, we're going to extend both arms up, pressing the shoulders down. I'm going to show you different options. We're going to place our legs in tabletop. So tabletop, it means that this part, your shin is parallel with the floor. Knee remains stacked over the hips. So option one, we're going to all start with option one. Inhaling, reaching back with your left arm without touching the floor. And exhaling out. Focus should be on the low back. If you notice that you're arching, maybe you go only that far. Now you have the option to keep doing this or go a bit further, adding the right leg out and in. Remember, low back, same alignment. Inhale, exhale, inhale, keeping your right fingertips exactly where they are. Option to go even a bit further, only if you can maintain the neutral alignment of your low back. Both legs in tabletop, keeping this knee stacked. Okay, when we extend this leg, tendency is to do this to make it easier. So this leg should be right here. Actually, I'm going to place the block. So maybe you'll block right here, so it should remain next to your block. Right leg, left arm, and out, and in. So it requires a little bit of coordination and a lot of abdominal strength. Can we do 3 more? Knees to the chest. Let's relax the low back muscles. Same thing other side. Finding the neutral alignment of the spine, eyes closed, pressing ribs, belly down to the spine to support the spine. Arms extended, pressing the shoulders down. Okay, this time left knee stacked over left hip. Leg in tabletop, right arm only. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Remember, focus is on your low back. Option to add the left leg. We inhale as we reach out. Exhale in. Let's do 1 more, and then we can add the other leg. Remember, right knee is not moving anywhere. Low back, maintain the neutral alignment. Can we do 3 more? 2 more. Let's do 1 more. All right. Let's massage our low back a little bit. We're going to do 1 more stretching position, lengthening position for the spine before going into our final relaxing posture. So you're going to need probably your blanket on your mat here and your block further out. Actually, not too close, on the outside, on the edge of your mat. And you're going to lay on your left side, on the side of your mat, arms together and legs together. And from here, bringing your arm up, and you keep going until you reach your blanket and your block, making sure that your arm is not hanging in the air. You want to support your arm. So if you have to adjust your block or your blanket, go ahead. And maybe you don't need anything. Maybe your shoulders are pressing down. Keeping the feet facing towards your hands. Relaxing into the position. Inhaling, right arm up. We're going to scoop the right fingertips underneath the ribs and twist. Deepening the breath. Keep engaging the abdominal muscles by pressing the ribs belly in. Slowly bringing your hands together, bending your knees, using both hands, both arms to bring yourself up. On the other side, blanket on the edge of your mat. So I'm going to place it this way and this for your forearm. Legs and arms extended. Opening your left arm, finding your blanket and adjusting the position. For me, I don't want my lower part of the arm to be hanging in the air, so I can have a block right here. And maybe you feel like you can bring your shoulder all the way down to go a little bit deeper. And that's fine too. Let's try to scoop our ribs again using your left hand, going underneath your ribs. Try to lift your ribs so that the back of your right ribs, the back of your right ribs are pressing towards the floor. Trying to bring the back of your left ribs towards the floor as well. Slowly bending our knees, bring our arms together using both arms to bring ourselves up. Preparing for our final resting pose. That's where you'll need your blanket. So we want to place the blanket so it supports the curves of our backs. Remember, you have a curve in your neck. You're going to have your neck here and your head right here. And then you want another one to support the curve in your lower back. Your hips are going to be here, going to sit with the tailbone here. Then you have to adjust. Sometimes, this is not, yes. Has to be super comfortable so that every part of your back is supported. And remember, we all have different arches, neutral arches. Taking a deep breath in, filling up the lungs, opening up the belly, sipping a little bit more air into the ribs, to the heart, opening the mouth, letting everything out. And again, breathing in. A little bit more air in. Sip just a little bit more. Opening the mouth. Just letting everything go. So make sure your face is facing the ceiling. You may have to readjust your blanket. to let go of controlling the breath, controlling the position. Just let everything go. Feel free to stay here much longer. I'm going to place my hands to heart center. Be happy, be joyful. Namaste.